Okay, here's part two. I'm gonna go with the fight of Kenny Florian versus Gray Maynard. I'm not a fan of Gray Maynard very much, to be honest. His striking is improving. His wrestling's really good. Obviously, he beat Frank Yeager. A lot of it was the strength of his wrestling. But there's a lot of times I'm not impressed with Maynard. Um, you know, he fought Nate Diaz. Not a great fight. He was standing, not doing a lot of wrestling. Granted, Diaz is a great jiu-jitsu guy, but the other thing is, like, I remember when Gray Maynard fought Roger Huerta, and he looked all right. And he did get that Kimura in, and Roger didn't tap. But it's like, you're a top 10, maybe even a top 5 lightweight in Gray Maynard. Why are you just looking all right against, better than all right, but just like decent against Roger Huerta? On the other hand, though, Kenny Florian has looked really good, especially against Gomi. He looked great, man. He really used that jab. Before that, against Clay Guida, just looked really good. His sprawl's getting better, too. I gotta go with Kenny Florian to beat Gray Maynard here. He just has more tools. Honestly, I think Gray Maynard has one way to win, and that's by decision, takedown. He does a lot of lay and pray. Not big. I'm not big on Gray Maynard, to be honest. I have to go with Kenny Florian on this one. The next fight on the card is Marcus Davis versus Nate Diaz. In this one, I want to choose. I think Nate Diaz is gonna win the fight. I want Marcus to win. The thing with Marcus, though, when he fought Schwick, when he fought Hardy, when he fought Saunders, all guys taller than him. Nate Diaz, taller fighter. Marcus seems to have a problem with the range. I think he's a better boxer than Nate Diaz. Obviously, Diaz's ground is a lot better. But, overall, just seeing Marcus Davis' history with taller fighters, I have to go with Nate Diaz in here. It'd be really cool if Marcus won, though. I'm a big fan of the Irish hand grenade, but I just can't see him winning here. On the Spike prelims, we have Joe Lauzon versus the returning Gabe Ruediger. Gotta go with Lauzon. Great jiu-jitsu. Stand-up needs some work. Um, Lauzon also has cardio issues, but otherwise, I don't see why he can't win. He's extremely creative. And like I said, his jiu-jitsu really great. I remember when he fought Jeremy Stevens, he took Jeremy Stevens down with a fireman's carry type of takedown. I mean, the kid's just really creative in MMA. Like, even when he fought Sam Stout, he did like some rolling Kimura. I mean, it was really good. He gassed out, and Sam Stout managed to get the win. But yeah, I'd have to go with Joe Lauzon here. The next fight on the card is another Spike prelim. It's Andre Winner from The Ultimate Fighter 9 versus Nick Lentz. Both of these guys are prospects. I'm actually very impressed with Andre Winner. I think he moves really well in his stand-up. Good boxing. Nick Lentz, I've seen some of his fights. I saw him fight Thiago Tavares and whatnot. Really good fighter, too. Just really well-rounded, actually. Or pretty well-rounded for a prospect. I'm still going to go with Andre Winner here. I've just been really impressed with him. I can't really... just the way he moves is really good. His boxing's really good. Still haven't seen too much of his ground game, but I'm sure you'd be hard pressed to find a guy these days that's like Czech Congo or something that just has this horrible ground game, but like good stand up. It's especially in the lightweight division. It's hard for me to imagine that. Lentz can take this, but Winner I think is probably going to get the win. And on the untelevised card, prelims is going to be Dan Miller versus John Salter. John Salter fought Jason McDonald, and McDonald got an injury during the fight. I know Salter's a good wrestler, but Miller, tough guy, man. Great jiu-jitsu, too. I mean, everyone talks about his guillotine that it looked like he like ripped the guy's neck off with the guillotine. But that's the thing with him. He's just really well-rounded. He's got good stand-up, good wrestling. His wrestling's all right. When he fought Bisping, I thought that like he should maybe like take him down more. But it was Bisping. Bisping's a good fighter. He's pretty well-rounded, so I can't really take too much away from Miller. He's only fought tough guys too. Chael Sonnen, Bisping, Damian Maia. So I expect Miller to get the win here. The next fight on the prelims is Slick Nick Oshipshak versus Gregg Soto. I gotta go with Slick Nick here. I've been really impressed with him, man. From the Ultimate Fighter 9, or 10, the Team UK versus Team USA one. He beat Matt Riddle, and then he had a really good fight against Rick Story. I mean, this is a prospect. To me, Oshipshak is someone to look out for. I don't know enough about Gregg Soto, though, to really make too much of an opinion about him, but I've just been really impressed with Slick Nick. I think he'll get the win here. Good stand-up. He's really rounded out his game, too, which I really like with him. So I actually expect big things from Oshipshak. And finally, there's going to have Mike Pierce versus newcomer Amilcar Alves on the prelims. I don't know anything about Amilcar Alves, so I'm going to go with Mike Pierce. Not a big fan of Mike Pierce. Kind of a lame for a guy with heavy hands. If he does connect, you can get dropped. But otherwise, I've seen him just lay and pray for wins. So, yeah. So that's it with my predictions for this card. And this is MMA for you. If you have any questions or anything, you can just email us at thecndchannel@gmail.com or leave a reply below. Hey, Dave, where did you come from?
www.gobusiness123.com.
Hey, I do need a resume. Do you know of any place?
Gobusiness123.com.
Oh, but I'm also looking for a job, so what?
Gobusiness123.com.
Okay, go to our sponsor.
Gobusiness123.com.
Thank you very much.